Hey guys, you're likely watching this video because you want to learn how to package the knowledge that you have into a digital product and sell it online for a profit. And if that is the case, I want to assure you that you're watching the right video. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zevi and I'm the founder and the creator of the Profitable Creators Club, which is available for you via link in the description of this video. A few years ago, I had this really crazy idea that I could package my knowledge and create this course, sell it online as a digital product, and make a profit. And the crazy thing is, I was able to do just that and make well over $30,000 in less than about a year and a half, which is pretty amazing for somebody who has never done this before. However, I did research this topic for about 2 years, and I wanted to make sure that I understood thoroughly the way this is structured. And what I found out is that there's really only one real system to be able to put this together correctly. And in today's video, that is exactly what I want to share with you. The same exact system that I've used over this past year and a half to sell my digital product and make well over $30,000. And before we dive into this video, if I may ask you this one really tiny favor, and that would be to subscribe to the channel, because it helps more than you know. It doesn't cost you anything, and it put this video in front of people just like yourself who are looking for this information, all right? So with that, let's dive right into it. Now, starting from the top, the most important thing is putting this type of content, this video, in front of the people that need it the most. Now, I'm not talking about this specific video, but any video that has to do with you trying to sell your knowledge. Think about that for a second. If I'm trying to sell my knowledge and I go through the motions of creating videos like this, then I want to make sure that they reach the right person at the right time when they have that specific pain point, so they can literally watch it and potentially take the next few steps, one of which would be to sign up to my email campaign so they can continue to stay in touch with me and learn more about what I have, and then ultimately come back to my initial offer once I'm no longer a stranger to them and they feel comfortable that I am reputable and I am somebody who could solve their problem, to potentially purchase whatever course or program I have available. And that's really the premise of what the system looks like. But on the back end, right, starting from the top, you're watching this video right now on YouTube, and there's a reason for that, because YouTube is owned by Google. It is the second largest search engine in the world, and people don't necessarily go to YouTube just to get entertained. And of course they do that, but they go to YouTube searching for a solution to a problem. So let me put that right up here, okay? We have the YouTube play button. What YouTube is going to do for us is actually find that perfect person at the perfect time who's looking for the solution that we have and put our video in front of them, assuming a few things. What YouTube is gonna look for is gonna be very specific content to the type of information that this individual is gonna be looking for. And I think it's very, very important to know that from the top, because like I mentioned, just like a car with no gas, no matter how great it is, meaning no matter how great your program is, if there's no traffic, if there's no gas, it's not going to move. And that is the premise of being able to sell anything online. Now, YouTube is gonna do a lot of the heavy lifting for us, all right, to be able to put our information in front of that individual, assuming that we did a really good job telling YouTube exactly what our video is about. So that is called an index. And then what happens is YouTube will start indexing your videos based on many different things, such as your thumbnail, your title, the description in the video, the words that come out of your mouth when you're on camera. It's gonna link all that data together to figure out what exactly this video is about and who should I share that video with. What YouTube does initially is it shares your video with a very small group of people. And the reason it does that is it tests to see if your content is relevant. And if this group of people finds your content to be relevant, meaning that they click on it and then they stay to watch it, and in a better scenario, they subscribe and they press the thumbs up button, just like I hope you're doing, to show that they like the content, then what YouTube will do is it will push this content to a larger group of people. And this is how you start getting exposure for your content. Because as you build a library of content around your offer, around whatever it is that you're trying to sell as a package course, and YouTube does all this heavy lifting of putting it in front of the right people, then you start to grow the right targeted audience, which is huge. It's not about how many people view it, all right? It's about how many people view and stay to watch it. And that's what YouTube cares about. If a bunch of people click on your video and they leave within seconds, YouTube will know that your content is not relevant. And then at that point, it will stop showing it, which will basically make your video invisible, all right? So that is the first point. It's the traffic. It's huge, all right? Now, once we have traffic, let's move on to point number 2, which is starting to dig into how do we stay in front of these people that are actually watching our content, meaning how do we move them from just being our audience to being somebody who we can pull into our world. And that's what I want to talk to you on number 2. All right, guys, we did a great job with our video, with our description, with our thumbnail, all right? We indexed the video well. YouTube has shown it to the group of people that we wanted to see it, and then they really liked it, and they did the thumbs up, and they stayed on it, and now went to a bigger group of people. So now we have an audience, okay? And that's really an organic audience is the best type of audience, not because we can't pay to flick the switch and then put it in front of the right people, but the problem is those people may or may not be looking for the solution at the same time that we're presenting it to them, and they might be looking at other content while we're putting an ad in front of them, right? Paid content, slightly different. Organic traffic builds trust a lot quicker. All right, so that's not something we're going to get into, but what I do want to talk to you about is number 2, which is now that we have the audience, how do we retain them? And so in your videos, it's really important that you talk about call to actions, all right? And so basically, you can explain whatever it is you're trying to explain to your audience, but if you don't tell them to do a certain thing, meaning take action. As an example, I am the founder and creator of the Profitable Creators Club. The link to that membership site is available for you in the description of this video, which means that if you found value from everything that I'm telling you here, you would naturally want to see how you can get more value by exploring the Profitable Creators Club. All right, and that would be considered a call to action. I just told you about the group membership that I have available that teaches everything that I'm talking to you about today. Here I'm talking to you about why it's necessary, and then in the group, I show you how to implement it. And that's really the big difference. And so when somebody hears this, they hear the video, right? And then there's a call to action. You're asking them to do something, and then they click a link. Now, the backend system that I use to basically facilitate everything on the backend is called system.io, all right? And I want to try to keep things as simple as possible for you here in this video, because this is more of an introduction to how you're able to put this all together. Clearly, there's a ton of information, and we're not gonna be able to dive in detail into all of it, but I wanna touch on a lot of it. So the backend system needs to be able to have funnels, which is basically landing pages, that when somebody clicks on it, it presents some type of a freebie, all right? And the reason I do that on system.io, which is again, call to action, available for you via link in the description of this video, because it's a very affordable and simple system to use, all right? And I host basically everything on this, my courses, my opt-ins, my email automation, my drip campaigns. It's phenomenal. So when somebody clicks on your link, first thing that they're gonna wanna see is some kind of an opt-in. And what that basically means is that you tell this individual, hey, listen, I've created something. It's a very small solution to your much larger problem, but I would like to share it with you. You will put in your name and your email address, and in exchange, I will send you a copy of this PDF or this little program or whatever it may be, which would help this individual get a little bit more value from you. It would also show them the type of work that they can expect to get should they decide to work with you down the road on other things. And so this opt-in is also something that I built on system.io, but it is so important because now you're moving the audience from literally just YouTube visitor to bringing them into your world, because you're able to capture their name and their email. So basically what this does, and this is called an opt-in. So what this does is after they leave your video, you are able to actually stay in touch, right? And so typically the way this works is when somebody opts in to receive some kind of a freebie offer, they get automatically enrolled into a series of emails which have been pre-written by yourself, which explains about the different steps and stages that you take. Now, a good way to do this would be to be able to tell somebody some type of a story that you want them to know about how you can help them, all right, with whatever problem that you're offering a solution to, and kind of break it up into different emails. This concept makes it a little bit more exciting for them, and they actually look forward to receiving your next email, which typically comes the following day, at least for the first week. And then if somebody is truly interested in wanting to work with you, it's pretty important to put a link within that email that could bring them back to your initial offer, all right? So that would be considered your opt-in. All right, guys, if you're new to this, you might not have realized that 9 out of 10 sales are done via email, all right? So I really can't express to you how important step number 3 is, which is your nurture email campaign, all right? So like I mentioned, yes, somebody opts in, they automatically get the freebie via email, and then they're automatically enrolled into your email campaign. So this is basically an email campaign that your viewer is gonna automatically be enrolled into. And what this does, it gives you the opportunity to share things with that individual that they can not only read, but they can click through. So you can literally send them to other videos, other resources, tell them a story, really build the trust for them to say, you know what, this makes so much sense to me, and this is absolutely the right person that I want to work with. And therefore, what you're going to see is that all creators across the board use this same exact system, and 9 out of the 10 sales that they get literally come from nurturing the prospect who came in, more than likely through social platform, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, all right? YouTube being a place where somebody's gonna spend a lot more time with you, kind of like what we're doing right now. It's called long form content. So when somebody's gonna be able to sit with you and have this type of interaction, they are a lot more likely to build a lot more trust a lot faster. Think about it for a second. When you're watching reels, right, like 60-second reels, you're not in a mind frame of sitting down and listening to somebody talk about whatever your problem is. But when you switch gears and you're sitting down like this and you're watching long form content for 5, 10, 15 minutes, you're absorbing a lot more information. It's a different state of mind that you're in. And that's exactly what's happening to that person who's trying to buy your product and your services. And that's why when you go through these motions and then you get to the email campaign series, and then this individual is with you for a period of a few months, getting these emails, getting value, hearing from you, at some point or another, if there's an urgency, they're gonna revert back to the initial offer, okay? And they're gonna wanna make a purchase, all right? And so in short, this is the steps that every single creator online goes through should they wanna monetize their knowledge, because creating content for no purpose other than views or subs is silly. It's basically just a waste of your time. But the second you have something to offer the marketplace, then you do want to create content around that and be ultra specific, all right? And when I say ultra specific, I mean how to lose weight, as an example, is not good enough, right? How to lose weight when you are 40 years old, all right, have 2 kids and a full-time job, or how to lose 10 pounds when you're 45 or older and have 2 kids and a full-time job. Like, you really have to micro niche, get very specific as to who your audience is, so you could teach the algorithm, YouTube, who exactly you want to target. And when you're able to do that well, and you're able to get that audience, and they opt in, all right, through something like a system.io, where you can create that landing page, that funnel, all right, that captures their email address and then automatically puts them on that drip campaign, and that drip campaign does its job and nurtures that prospect, gives them the value and the answers that they're looking for. You're able to get that person to come back, click the link, and purchase from you, all right? And that literally is the entire ecosystem. So if you want to learn more about how to do that, all right, the actual how, which is me going through the motions of telling you this goes here and that goes there, and this is how you set up your funnel, and this is how you set up your automation, this is how we write these emails, all right, and this is how we target and do all that, then check out the link in the description to the Profitable Creators Club. Otherwise, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments of this video. I know we've covered a lot of ground. I appreciate you guys being here. You can totally do this. If you're still watching this, props to you. I know that you're serious about trying to package your knowledge and sell it online as a digital course. I hope this video helped you. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you again on my next video. Take care.